Imagine this. You're at the checkout, buying your dream gadget, and the cashier says, "Sorry, your card's declined." Your heart sinks. You're embarrassed. You've got no idea why it happened. That's the moment millions of people realize they don't actually understand how credit cards work.
Yep. And we're here to make sure that's never you. Welcome to Credit Cards for Beginners on the @Finance with IM podcast, where we break down the wild world of credit cards so you can swipe with confidence.
I'm Michael, your guide to keeping things simple and practical.
And I'm Giovanni, here to sprinkle in some real-world tips and keep it fun. Today we're diving into everything a beginner needs to know about credit cards, what they are, how to use them, and how to avoid those gut punch moments. Why credit cards matter.
All right, Giovanni, let's start with the basics. Why should someone even care about credit cards? I mean, can't you just use cash or a debit card?
Great question, Michael. Cash and debit are cool, but credit cards? They're like a superpower if you use them right. They can help you build credit, earn rewards, and even give you some protection if something goes wrong with a purchase.
Yeah, but they can also be a trap if you're not careful, right? I know people who've racked up thousands in debt and had no clue how it happened.
Totally. That's why we're doing this episode. Credit cards are tools, not toys. Use them wrong, and you're in trouble. Use them right, and they can make your financial life easier and even save you money.
Okay, so let's break it down for our listeners. If you're new to credit cards or thinking about getting one, stick with us. We're going to walk you through what they are, how they work, and the do's and don'ts to keep you out of trouble.
Let's start at square one. Michael, in simple terms, what's a credit card?
A credit card is basically a loan you carry in your wallet. When you use it, you're borrowing money from the card issuer, like a bank or company like Visa or MasterCard. You promise to pay it back later, usually by the end of the month.
Right. And unlike a debit card, which pulls money straight from your bank account, a credit card lets you spend money you don't have yet. That's where the power and the danger comes in.
Exactly. The card issuer sets a limit, say $1,000. That's how much you can borrow at any time. Spend $500 and you've got $500 left until you pay it back.
And here's the kicker. If you don't pay it back on time, you're going to get hit with interest. That's where people get tripped up.
So, for our beginners out there, think of it like this. A credit card is like borrowing $20 from your friend to buy lunch. You got to pay them back, or they might not trust you next time. Except with credit cards, if you don't pay on time, you're paying extra in interest.
How do credit cards work? All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts. How does this whole credit card thing actually work?
Good call. So, when you swipe or tap your card, the merchant sends the transaction to your card issuer. They check if you've got enough credit available. If it's all good, they approve it, and you're on your way.
Then, at the end of the month, you get a statement. That's like a report card showing everything you spent, plus any fees or interest if you didn't pay off last month's balance.
Yep, you've got a few options here. Pay the full balance, pay the minimum, or something in between. Paying the full balance is the golden rule if you want to avoid interest.
And that interest? It's no joke. It's called the APR, annual percentage rate, and it can be like 20 feet or more. That means if you owe $100 and don't pay it off, you could end up owing an extra $200 or more a year just in interest.
Ouch. That's why rule number 1 for beginners is only spend what you can pay back by the due date. Giovanni, you got any stories about learning this the hard way?
Oh man, my first credit card in college, I thought it was free money. Bought a fancy pair of sneakers, didn't pay the balance, and next thing I know, I'm paying $30 extra in interest for shoes I could barely afford. Lesson learned. Benefits of using a credit card.
Okay, let's talk about the good stuff. Why would someone want a credit card in the first place?
For one, building credit. If you're dreaming of buying a car, a house, or even renting an apartment, your credit score matters. Using a credit card responsibly, paying it off on time, keeping your balance low, shows lenders you're trustworthy.
And then there's rewards. Some cards give you cash back, points for travel, or discounts on stuff like gas or groceries. It's like getting a little bonus for spending money you were going to spend anyway.
Plus, safety. If someone steals your debit card, they're taking your actual money. With a credit card, it's the bank's money, and they're usually pretty good about fixing fraud.
Yeah, and if you buy something online and it never shows up, credit cards often let you dispute the charge and get your money back. Try doing that with cash.
Common mistakes to avoid. All right, let's get real about the mistakes beginners make. Michael, what's the biggest one you see?
Treating a credit card like free money. People see that $2,000 limit and think, sweet, I can buy a new TV. But if you can't pay it off, you're digging a hole.
Yep. Another big one is only paying the minimum. That minimum payment? It's designed to keep you in debt longer, so the bank makes more interest. Always aim to pay the full balance.
And don't max out your card. Using too much of your credit limit can hurt your credit score. Try to keep your balance below 30% of your limit. So if your limit's $1,000, don't owe more than $300.
Also, watch out for fees. Late fees, annual fees, cash advance fees, they add up fast. Read the fine print before you sign up for a card.
Great point. Beginners, here's a pro tip. Start with a basic card with no annual fee. You don't need a fancy travel card with a $100 fee when you're just starting out.
Choosing your first credit card. Speaking of starting out, how do you pick your first credit card? There are like a million options out there.
First, check if you qualify. If you're new to credit, you might need a secured card where you put down a deposit as collateral. Or look for a student card if you're in college.
Also, look for cards with no annual fee and a low APR. Some cards even offer a 0% intro APR for the first year, which is great if you need to make a big purchase and pay it off slowly.
And don't get sucked in by flashy rewards. If you're not traveling a lot, a travel card might not be worth it. Go for something simple, like a cashback card.
Pro tip, ask your bank or credit union. They often have beginner-friendly cards, and you might already have a relationship with them. Tips for using credit cards wisely.
All right, let's wrap this up with some practical tips. Giovanni, what's your number one tip for beginners?
Pay your bill on time, every time. Set up auto pay if you have to. Missing a payment can tank your credit score and cost you a fortune in fees.
Mine's simple. Treat your credit card like a debit card. Only spend what you know you can pay off by the end of the month.
Also, check your statements every month. Look for weird charges or mistakes. It's your money on the line.
And don't open a bunch of cards at once. Each application can ding your credit score a little. Start with one, use it well, and build from there.
Listener Q&A, sample questions. We got some questions from our At Finance with IM community on YouTube. Let's answer a couple.
First up, can I get a credit card with no credit history?
Yep, you can. Look into secure cards or student cards. They're designed for people starting from scratch. Just make sure you pay on time to build that credit score.
Next, what's the best way to earn rewards?
Pick a card that matches your spending. If you buy a lot of groceries, get a card with bonus rewards for groceries. And always pay off the balance, so interest doesn't eat up your rewards.
All right, that's a wrap on credit cards for beginners. Giovanni, any final thoughts?
Just keep it simple. Start small. Pay on time. And don't spend what you don't have. Credit cards can be your friend, not your enemy.
Totally agree. Thanks for tuning in to the At Finance with AM podcast. If you liked this episode, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, leave us a comment with your credit card questions, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it.
And follow us at Finance with AM for more tips to level up your money game. We'll see you next time.